Hi everyone, so this is just going to be a quick video showing you some upper body exercises you can do using a resistance band. Try to just keep with a light resistance band. I'm just going to go through 3 exercises. One that's going to stabilise through the shoulder girdle, doing dumb waiter, which you've done before, which will switch on your rotator cuff muscles. A second one, which is going to use a loop in the band, so we're going to tie the band and we're going to move through a bigger range of movement, again to target those rotator cuff muscles. And then we're going to do one that's going to work on the upper back muscles here. So we're getting all the muscles that help to keep us upright in a good posture, but also to stabilise our arm through greater range of movement. So, in standing, just make sure your band's flat. Dead simple. Grip your band. Your hands are shoulder width apart. Shoulder blades pulled down, and I want you to keep a slight tension constantly through your shoulder blades so that you're not squeezing and then relaxing. We're going to pull out on the resistance band and then we're going to bring it back, making sure the band doesn't go back, so keeping tension on. So pull out and then back. Gentle squeeze in the shoulder blades. If I turn around again, my shoulder blades aren't moving much, so I'm not squeezing in and relaxing, so I'm keeping the same tension on. And you should feel a burn around the upper arms here, maybe coming a little bit further down. So what you could do is just work on that, let's say 30 seconds. Really important that we do start to switch on the rotator cuff muscles. As we know, the arm, the shoulder is the most mobile joint in our body, so it relies on a balance between static and dynamic stability. And the dynamic stability comes from our rotator cuff muscles, which should be burning now. Woo! Roll your shoulders round once you've hit that point. Second one, make a loop. People ask what size, just go the size of your head, roughly. Especially if it's my size, potato head. So make a loop. And again, try not to let it go ropey. Slight tension on that band, so not too much. Shoulders stay down. And it's as if we're putting a box on the shelf. Now if you struggle with height for your arms, you stay low. If you do have a shoulder issue with any of these exercises, I don't want you to be going into pain. So it shouldn't be bringing on any symptoms. It should just be feeling like a dull kind of burning sensation, which is muscle fatigue, but it shouldn't be bringing on symptoms. So if you know you struggle with a shoulder issue, then either stick with what your Pilates instructor's giving you, if it's maybe something that you've known you've had for a long time. But if it's something acute and new, I wouldn't mess around with exercise for your shoulder. I would wait to see a physiotherapist for that. So if you can and that feels alright, then you're going to go a little bit higher with your shelf. Constant tension on the band, and you should feel those shoulders starting to ache. Keep looking forward for me. Good. And again, you just go until you feel like the arms are fatigued. Ooh. And then the last one, if you've not tied your band too tight, otherwise pause me, untie it and then come back to me. You're going to unloop your band and we're just going to work on those upper back muscles. Now essentially with this one, our posture is staying good. So making a loop with that, sorry, not loop band, standing on the band but holding the 2 edges of the ends of the band with your hands and crossing them over so they're in the opposite hands. So you'll notice my back staying straight. And I'm going to pull my elbows back, squeeze the shoulder blades together and then relax back down, just looking gently forward. So squeezing, pulling back and then releasing. So that's with the previous exercise in the first one, I said to keep the shoulder blades still as you can. With this one, I want you to squeeze them together and relax. Squeeze them together and relax. And no more than 10 to 15 repetitions with this one. Last one. And then release it. Bend your knees and let it go. Okay, so there's 3 exercises that can keep your upper body going. Switch them on. If you saw one of the other videos, which was the bottom exercise, or if it's not come out yet, you might see it, you could combine them 2 together. So have fun. Bye bye.